We are out here in reference to an officer or deputy involved shooting. This incident actually began earlier this week when the Clay County Sheriff's Office responded to the 5700 block of Indian Trail. At that time, we were attempting to serve a warrant for VOP on a Deshaun Asbel. Deshaun was not cooperative at the time and began fighting the deputies and actually tried to stab a deputy with a syringe. The fight continued and Asbel ran into the woods and fled the scene. The deputies went and obtained a warrant for Asbel's arrest for the additional charges of assault and resisting with violence. Today, or Friday, at 3:45 p.m., the Clay County Sheriff's Office came back to the 5700 block of Indian Trail in an effort to serve the original warrant and this additional warrant on Asbel. When they pulled up into the yard, Asbel fled into a utility building, and actually his girlfriend at the time fled into the building with him. They refused to come out of the building. After several minutes, the deputies on scene could hear the girlfriend asking to be let out of the building, and he refused. Several more minutes went by, and the woman that was in the building with him was able to escape out. Deputies surrounded the building and attempted to negotiate with Asbel for several hours, asking him to please come out. He refused. At that point, the deputies initiated gas into the utility building in an effort to get him to come out, and he stayed in the building even with all of the gas going in. Negotiators continued talking to him, and we were into 4 or 5 hours of attempted negotiations with him. The CCSO SWAT team Bearcat was then deployed in an attempt to pull the front door off of the utility building. When that happened, Asbel fled out of the building with a sharp object in his hand and attempted to stab the deputies that were now surrounding the building. A canine unit was deployed, and the Asbel actually grabbed the canine unit and made what appeared to be stabbing motions on the dog and flung the dog against a nearby trailer. Asbel then again has the sharp object, and at least we believe 3 deputies shot at Asbel. Again, the canine is deployed, and the deputies, now fearing for the dog and Asbel because they're all tied up again fighting, shoot non-lethal munitions at Asbel, at which time he goes down, and the deputies take him into custody. But even as they were taking him into custody, he fought the deputies. The deputies provided Asbel medical aid, and he was then transported to Shands, Gainesville. I'm happy to say that none of our deputies were injured. The canine deputy that was here with his dog immediately grabbed his dog and began checking his dog for wounds. The dog was covered in blood. The hasty check of the dog at the scene did not reveal any wounds. The dog was then brought up to the local fire station here, where they were able to wash the blood off the dog again to ensure that the dog had no wounds and the dog does not appear to be injured. Subject Asbel is at Shands, Gainesville. He is currently in surgery, and right now our deputies are down the street being interviewed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who will be taking the lead in this officer-involved investigation. Do you have any questions?
What was the warrant that was being served? What were those charges for the warrant that was being served on Mr. Asbel?
Earlier this week or tonight?
Tonight.
So tonight was the original VOP, violation of probation, and tonight's warrant, the additional warrant was also resisting a police officer and assault on a police officer because of the incident earlier this week where he attempted to stab the deputy with a syringe.
Earlier in this week when he disappeared into the woods, was there a search for him at that time?
Yes, sir. We did an extensive search for Asbel at that time, but he's been in this area quite a while and knows the area very well, and he eluded our capture.
do we know what the further charges are gonna be once he's, released from Shands Hospital?
No, we don't know what the charges from tonight are going to be just yet. But I would like to say that Asbel has a history of violence. He has been the suspect in previous violent cases. He has an arrest record that includes trespass, resisting a deputy previously, and burglary with a battery. So he's not a good dude.
Is his girlfriend gonna get any charges for this, situation?
At this point, we're still investigating that, but based upon what was explained by the deputies on scene, I don't think so. But we're still investigating. We need to interview her further to find out exactly what her involvement was. All right. Thank you guys for coming out here tonight.